Hi, this is Thresden, and this is part 27 of an Elder Scrolls Online Greymoor Edition walkthrough. I'm going to check the quest that we last took to see what it said so we can sort of catch up on what we're supposed to do. It says High King Svargrim refuses to act, so Svanna has decided to take matters into her own hands. With Fennorian's help, she plans to develop a strategy for fighting back against the Grey Host. Finn needs Arkay's sacred oil to complete his elixir. I should be able to find some at the Hall of the Dead in Solitude. I remember when I left off last time, I thought I could make it to the end of this quest, but then I realized there was still another step or two to go. So now we can continue it.
Cards
We've got to go.
More refugees arrive by the hour. Why does Svargrim hesitate?
The High King issues orders, but all they do is lock away the afflicted. When will we strike back? I hoped the words of the High Priest would offer some comfort, but no. The poor man seems more in need of solace than the faithful of Solitude, and still the refugees pour in. My Jarl dead, our hold destroyed, and the High King does almost nothing.
Princess Svanna has a plan to help the people.
The princess. Can we really trust that troubled young woman? After everything you did in Carthwatch, I suppose I must. If you and Svanna truly have a way to help, please be quick about it. I feel we're running out of time.
We are running out of time.
The Harrowstorms continue to ravage our land, filling the city walls with people crying for protection. And what does the High King do? Next to nothing. Oh, he makes small gestures, but still things worsen.
I thought the High King agreed to help the holds.
So he has. But have soldiers been sent to Morthal? Has aid been dispatched to Carthald? No, not yet. Svargrim helps the people that flow into the city, while the rest of Western Skyrim suffers. We must find the perpetrators and attack!
I agree. But we've got to figure out what to do. We got to find a way to protect the people first.
Princess Svanna, what can I do for you, Your Highness?
Listen to my friend, High Priest. We need your help. I came here after my mother's death. Someone had to handle arrangements. Talk to the High Priest and ask about the sacred oil. I need a moment.
I'm surprised to see the princess here. As you can see, the influx of refugees has made this place much more hectic than usual. Is there something I can do for Princess Svanna?
We need some of Arkay's sacred oil.
Sacred oil? Strange. That's the second time today someone has come seeking Arkay's anointing balm. Swordthane Athlet arrived with an edict from the king. Demanded our entire supply. How we're to consecrate the dead without it, I have no idea.
Why did High King Svargrim want all of the sacred oil?
The Swordthane wouldn't say. He just mentioned that the High King needed it to defend Solitude. I'm sorry I can't comply with the princess's request. Things are hard enough that these refugees must take shelter here among the dead.
Do you know where the Swordthane took Arkay's sacred oil?
The Swordthane took the oil to Castle Dower. That's where all the supplies for a siege are gathered during periods of strife. I pray that High King Svargrim receives the patience and wisdom required to see us through this crisis.
Tell me more about Castle Dower.
Solitude's foundation began with the construction of Castle Dower. It's the oldest structure in the city, and the most defensible. I tried to move the refugees there for safekeeping, but my request was denied. The High King has other plans, I suppose.
Has my father found a way to use this sacred oil against the Grey Host? Perhaps he's doing more than I thought. This Swordthane has helped me in the past. He'll be reasonable. He has to be. Let's let him know what we need.
All right, I'll go talk to him. I thought that guy was a vampire there for a minute. Look at that black suit he's got.
This one knows that many people are lost throughout Skyrim. Yet Ilazun must focus on his own search for his sister. Whispers of a place called Blackreach have reached Ilazun's ears, so he goes there next. If he can find it.
Yeah, man, that sounds good. I like your outfit. I hope you can find your sister.
Don't look away.
Don't look away. I don't know who that was. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. The sword thing's this way. It always takes some getting used to when I play this character, because his horse is so slow compared to many other characters that I have. But we'll make it through it.
Castle Dower is Princess Svanna.
Swordthane, our business is urgent. My friend will explain.
Wait, Castle Dower is Princess Svanna? Oh, okay. Those were two different statements. Got it.
I don't have time for the princess's proclivities right now. The High King... We barely keep up with the multitude of tasks. So speak quickly, and let me get back to it.
The High Priest said you took all of the sacred oil. The princess needs some of it.
My orders from the High King were clear. Stockpile the entire supply of sacred oil in the Temple of the Divines here within the confines of Castle Dower. What in Shore's name does the princess need with holy oil anyway?
There's an elixir that protects against Harrowstorms, but it requires the sacred oil.
Protection? Truly? The Harrowed already outnumber my soldiers, and more arrive every day. Still, giving you the oil would violate the High King's edict. I suppose if I happened to look the other way for a moment, I wouldn't notice if a flask disappears.
I understand.
A single flask? Then we'll have to make do. Let's get it back to...
Swordthane, by his work! I gave strict orders, yet my daughter freely enters the castle grounds. What do they want, Swordthane?
They,
We came to offer our assistance, Father. Swordthane, how can we help?
Athlet has everything well in hand, child. Despite your intentions, you would only hinder our efforts. Go! The Swordthane doesn't need my daughter or her wastrel underfoot. Away with you! We're much too busy for Svanna's frivolous notions.
Alright, we got the flask, so who cares? Wait, it's still telling me to go here. No, it says go to Svanna's chamber in the Blue Palace. And yet the quest marker is in the wrong place. That's fine. I'll just ignore it and go to Svanna's chamber. Alright, so Svanna's chambers are right over here.
Once it's ready, I'll test the elixir.
As you say, Lyris. Ah, here they come now. You have the sacred oil? Add it to the cauldron.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yes, a perfect fusion. It's ready to be tested. Come, let's talk. With the addition of the sacred oil, the elixir is complete. Before we produce enough to distribute to the people of Western Skyrim, we need to test it. I'm confident of my work, but we're dealing with powerful forces here.
How do you plan to test the elixir?
We can't wait for the next Harrowstorm to strike. But what you and Svanna learned in Blackreach might help. You heard that Exarch Ulfra was testing Harrowstorm rituals in a place called the Undergrove. We'll go there and let Lyris drink the elixir.
Right. The orders mentioned the Undergrove is hidden in an ancient barrow.
During my explorations of Blackreach, I came across an ancient burial site, a place called the Midnight Barrow. This Undergrove must be inside those ruins. Once there, you and Svanna keep watch from a safe distance, while Lyris steps into the storm.
I guess we're going to the Midnight Barrow.
From what I could tell, the Midnight Barrow sank into Blackreach in the distant past. Somewhere in its chambers, we'll find the Undergrove. The ruined barrow is in the Lightless Hollow, in the northwest portion of the cavern. We'll meet you there.
Remind me, how are we going to test the elixir?
We're going to find an active Harrowstorm in the Undergrove. Or I'm going to attempt to replicate one in there. Then Lyris drinks the elixir, exposes herself to the dark magic, and we wait to see what happens.
Sounds risky.
Very risky. But it's also our best chance to counter the Harrowstorms and fight back against the Grey Host. Either Lyris comes through fine, or she transforms into a Harrowed. Or a Harrow Fiend. That's also a possibility.
Great.
This has to work. The safety of my people depends on it. Besides, I don't want to see Lyris get hurt.
Blackreach again, and a flask of foul-smelling elixir waiting to be guzzled down. Oh, joy.
Oh, joy.
Blackreach. If I were a little younger, I'd love to go with you. Do a little exploring. Ah, well. I suppose I'll stay here in the palace. Work on how to create more of the elixir once we know it's safe.
All right. Get out of my way, Finn. Let me go. Let's see, is there a lore book? Is there a lore book I missed here? Nah, I've already gotten it. All right. So we've got to go down into Blackreach, see if we can find a Harrowstorm, and test out this elixir. I'm going to go ahead and queue for a dungeon. I didn't want to do that earlier because I didn't want it to interrupt some of the dialogue and stuff.
Well?
Could have actually taken the way shrine back in town, but I sort of blindly followed the quest marker that led me out to here. Which I guess is probably leading me to a lift that'll take me down into Blackreach or something, which is, I don't want to do that. That's going to take too long. So let's see. Can't seem to find it. The Midnight Barrow is where we're going. That's a daily quest. That's a dig site. Where is the Midnight Barrow? These are Harrowstorms, but I need to go specifically to the Midnight Barrow. Okay, so I'm going to have to ask it to tell me where it is. It's right there. Okay. See, I thought the Midnight Barrow was in Blackreach. I'm a little confused. This is a barrow whose entrance is above ground. So I'm not quite understanding that. But I guess we'll find out what's going on. Well, I say we'll find out. I still don't see an answer to the question. I don't see any entrance anywhere. See, this is telling me to go in a completely opposite direction. Oh, below. Oh, okay. It's like deep inside of a... Oh, this... I might die here. Yeah. I thought I could survive the jump, but I didn't realize how high it was. Okay, so it's a little confusing on the map. The Midnight Barrow's entrance is right here, but our quest marker is inside of here, making it look like the entrance was in a different place. Sure enough, we're in Blackreach. Okay, now it's showing it way down there. Quest markers are sending us on a wild goose chase.
Those howls we used to hear. Turns out they were werewolves.
Down here, they sounded like caged dogs. I hope someone set them free.
I did. I set them free. Standing right here. Oh well. I don't do it for fame, I do it for money. And I got the money, so I'm good. Tougher than I thought it was going to be. Wow, I thought I would just exterminate that thing and move on. It ended up being pretty tough, but that's alright, we're okay. Recharge my staff here. So it turns out we could have just gone to this way shrine right here and then gone north. But for whatever reason, I couldn't get the quest icon to show up on the map. Or maybe it was showing map and I'm just blind. I don't know. Probably it's just that I'm blind. I'll watch this video once it's finished and see that it's right there on the map and I just didn't notice it. Wood. There's a Harrowstorm right there. And it's one that we haven't done yet. If I can get there in time, I can take it out. I believe this is where we freed the werewolves. Earlier episode of this series. Uh-oh. There's nobody here. Oh, they're waiting.
Offerings. The exchange is complete.
exchange!
All right. Is everybody waiting for other people, or what? What is going on? Here we go.
The exchange nears completion. Enjoy your freedom from oblivion.
Put a lot of damage pools on the ground. So close to taking out that witch pike. And then the big guys showed up. Alright, got that one down.
Broken branches and snapped twigs. This reliquary is nearly filled. Begun.
God, that thing does so much damage. Just one-shots me. If you walk into that mine there, you just die instantly.
Reliquary is filled.
Gonna run out of soul chips.
More soul! More! This reliquary is filled.
Need help at Gloom Forest HS.
Our harvest begins. This reliquary is nearly filled. Your comrades in this world. They answer the call.
Well, if this doesn't get better soon, I'm just gonna bail on it. We need more people.
Is prepared.
oblivion. It has begun. The exchange nears completion. The exchange is complete. Another pipe falls, but you will soon
All right,
join
we
it.
finally took out that witch fight. Still got this one to deal with. Almost got it.
Your victory over Wicker will be short-lived.
Oh, so close. Gotta take out this big monster in the middle here, and I think that's it. I think it's over after that. This last part is always the hardest. Healer saved me.
This makes no difference. There will be other Harrowstorms. You'll never stop them all.
Alright, that was one of the toughest Harrowstorms I've ever done. And unfortunately, the dungeon queue came up. That fight was so long that the dungeon queue came up in the meantime. So I'll have to re-queue now. But we can move on to the quest objective. And it looks like it's a delve. That'll be fun.
Please, 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 please. Ah! Oh, thank God you're not one of these tomb robbers. Or another ghost. I've had my fill of ghosts.
You've been seeing ghosts?
Mainly one ghost, honestly. A distant ancestor. Every time I try to sleep, he's in my dreams. I've barely had an hour's rest since I came to Dusktown. It's going to kill me if it doesn't drive me mad first. He's been calling me here, I think.
To what end?
To put him to rest, I think. He's being tormented as much as he's tormenting me. I came to this terrible place to find his remains, but the tomb robbers have angered the dead, and I'm terrified to step foot into the barrow alone.
I'll help you find your ancestors' remains.
My damned ancestor is the traitor Jarl, Hagridden. He was buried alive in the Midnight Barrow long before I was born. Unfortunately, he has no tomb, and what's left of him has been scattered around by these Draugr thieves.
Of course. What did your ancestor do to deserve a traitor's burial?
My family only speaks his name to curse it. I'm told he betrayed his hold, so he was cast into the Midnight Barrow with other exiles and traitors, far out of reach of Sovngarde. I can't say whether he deserved that, but I know he suffered for it.
How so?
Call it a feeling. What I've seen in my dreams are a jumble of incoherent events and feelings. There's little that I remember that makes any sense, but when I wake, there's a pall that hangs over me, like I've been wronged somehow.
What is the Midnight Barrow?
This place, I think. I've only seen glimpses of it in my dreams. It used to be a place where terrible criminals were exiled to be forgotten, until it met the same fate. Faded into myth, just like Blackreach.
Who are the Draugr?
Ghouls picking the bones of the dead. Necromancers and the like. They seem to be the ones who found this old lost barrow. I don't know what they came here for, but they've disturbed Jarl Hagridden, and gods know what else.
Alright. We'll straighten it out. We'll do both of our tasks while we're here. Kill two birds with one stone.
My damned ancestor is the traitor Jarl.
Okay, you've already told us that. Oh, somebody just left a bow sitting there. Nice. It's ours now.
You and Fen stay put until we clear a path to the Undergrove.
Fine. Just don't take all day. I only have a vague sense of where my ancestors... remains and possessions wound up. I just know his things have been scattered around by the Draugr looting. Let's search quickly. The people buried here aren't the kind I want haunting me.
I understand, Alwyn. So, Alwyn, here's my friends. Finn, Svanna, and Lyris. Everybody, this is Alwyn.
I only have...
Let's see, Alwyn, you gotta move out of the way so I can talk to them. I got business with them too. Well, it looks like I can't talk to, Lyris.
I hate being treated like I need protection. But Lyris is right. Fen and I will just get in the way if a battle breaks out. Clear us a path to the Undergrove. Then we'll catch up with you.
Go on. You and Lyris deal with any hostiles and find the Undergrove. Then we can finally test the elixir.
Remind me, how are we going to test the elixir?
We're going to find an active Harrowstorm
he's
in the
just
Undergrove.
repeating the same thing he said before. All right.
I saw my ancestors' remains in my dreams, but I only know roughly where they are. I only have a vague...
Yeah, all right. She's just going to repeat that over and over again. One good thing about doing both quests at the same time is I can get Lyris to help me deal with Alwyn's problem.
of the Draugr, they'd sooner make a corpse of you than talk.
Well, that's okay. I feel the same way about them. So I just won't talk to them. I'll just kill them. How does that sound? Hagridden's helm. An ancient Nord helm worn by Jarl Hagridden.
Don't you love me, Hagridden? Do you want to see me grow old, wither, and die? It's a small sacrifice for eternity.
Listen to yourself, Esinia. Even one life is too many. I can't make that kind of sacrifice, not even for you.
Sacrifice? Just what was that woman asking for?
I don't know. We'll find out. Song of Gods. Alright, this looks like a lore book that I've already gotten.
Come on, let's clear a path for the others and find this undergrove.
What else do I need to do?
In addition to the refined netherroot brew, Fen needs information on the Ice Reach Coven medallions. Plus, we're hoping to learn more about the big storm the Greyhost.
That is absolutely not what she's supposed to say right there. We've already finished that quest. She's giving us old quest text.
This must be the place. I'll go back and get...
No need. We're here.
The princess insisted.
We followed at a safe distance and only advanced after you cleared the way. From this point on, we stay together. And that's an order.
Yes. What she said. Now, let's enter the undergrove.
Sorry, y'all, I got
Let's go
business.
inside and get this over with before I change my mind. You know, I tried to convince Fen to add some meat into the mix, but he totally ignored me.
Well, she's definitely a Nord. Why did you volunteer to be Finn's test subject?
It needs to be done, and I'm the logical choice. King Yoren sent me here to help Western Skyrim. If that means drinking Fen's concoction and possibly becoming a mindless Harrowed, so be it.
You're really alright with possibly succumbing to a Harrowstorm?
Look, I was once a prisoner of a daedric prince. If we get out of this, remind me to tell you about that sometime. As for now, I trust Fen. The elixir will work. We just need to have a little faith.
I know this is our best course of action, but I can't help worrying about Lyris. I'm not sure I can forgive...
Alright. Well, hopefully we can pick up that dialogue once this dungeon's over. Now, this is Crypt of Hearts I. I'm pretty sure we've already done this. Yeah, we would have gotten a quest otherwise. So, oh, here comes the quest, so we haven't done it yet. Alright.
can't take any more.
What happened to you?
I am long dead, stranger. But I suffer torment unending thanks to my husband, Narayaneth. The daedric gripped their wretched claws on his soul, turned him wicked, turned him against me.
How can I help?
My husband, the twisted creature he became, cursed me, broke my soul into 3 pieces and sealed them in phylacteries.
I'll find the fragments of your soul and free them.
I have long dreamed of kind words and a way out. But I think this task is beyond you, my friend.
What is this place?
In time long past, this was the Agia Rel, where I taught the trade of adventuring.
Okay. Alright, somebody's already broken the first phylactery, so just gotta get the other 2. One by one. Now, why are none of my abilities working? Guess I lagged out. Books here. Oh, medium armor increased. Good. Dual wield. First boss, I believe. There's a lore book over here.
Destroy you.
I need to make sure I get it after we kill the boss.
Dead building.
got him. Almost got him.
I'm so sorry,
All right.
Ankama.
Thief God's treasures. Here's the second one.
I'm free. I thank you. I wasn't expecting you would be so capable. You've ended Ankanath's torture and freed a fragment of my soul.
I'll help. Tell me what to do.
2 fragments of my soul remain imprisoned. Free them, and I would finally be able to move on.
I'll find the next fragment of your soul and free it.
Ankanath's another fragment of my soul lies to the south. It's heavily guarded, so be wary.
Who was Ankanath?
I would not fault you for turning back.
Yeah,
It
I'm not
only
going to be
gets-
able to read all that lore, unfortunately. So, we've only destroyed 1 shard, not 2. I was mistaken. Thinking about using that other ultimate that does the AoE attack, but decided not to. There it goes. Doesn't seem like it does that much damage, really. I mean, it's good that it hits all the enemies in an area, but I'm not sure about the damage. Gotta be careful about this boss here. He will charge you. Do a lot of damage. See that right there? Yeah, he'll charge. like I have no potions. I'm gonna have to check that once this boss fight is over. Potions? No, I've got...
You've done enough, Narayaneth. Stay your blade.
Got a fusion of health and a fusion of magicka.
Spare him this misery, Narayaneth. You've done enough.
Why can't I get this?
Stop, please.
There we go. Oh.
Stop, please.
All right. I think I'm gonna leave it on health by default.
Spare him this misery, Narayaneth. You've done enough. You have my thanks, friend. Rulanir didn't deserve that. No one does.
There should be one fragment of your soul left. Where is it?
Your determination gives me hope. I resigned myself to the pain a long time ago.
I'll free the last fragment of your soul.
You'll find the last... A powerful lich guards the last fragment, plucked out of history and summoned by my husband. He's ravaging the soul of one of my students.
Who was this student?
He was the school's blade master.
Oh, sorry, not the
A
student.
fellow instructor.
Why would Narayaneth torture him?
Rulanir was an old friend, and my husband knew that whatever pain he inflicted on Rulanir, I would regret.
All right, I'll take care of it. I hate that I can't actually listen to all of the dialogue. With new dungeons, I go into the dungeon beforehand and try to listen to all of the dialogue. But, with these older ones, I hate to make people wait on me. There's the third phylactery.
I am ever grateful. Thank you for freeing me. For freeing Feindor. Our tormentors washed him in fire during the day, and he slept only to face the same all over again. I hope that he can rest easy now.
That should have been the last soul fragment. Are you free?
I did not dare to hope you would make it this far, but your abilities have been astonishing. The pieces of my soul are
all right,
free,
he left two
though my
daedric
husband
minions.
left
What do you
two.
mean?
The daedra maintain spells that will keep the shards from ever merging, my soul from reforming.
But will killing those daedra free you?
Yes, if you are willing to face them. Defeating those daedra will dispel their magic and allow my soul to reform.
I'll defeat Ilambra Zathor and
They
Ilambra
ruminate
Savin.
on- I never hoped that I would ever be free, but I thank you for unbinding this fragment of my soul.
Okay, who was
A
Feindor?
student of mine.
Was he a good student?
He was the opposite. He
What
was
happened to him?
He became the greatest mage the Aegirrel ever produced. Better than my husband, said the
Okay, her husband killed him because he was jealous of him. All right. I'm gonna kill the two daedra and free her. believe the two daedric are going to be on this platform here. You have to try to kill them at the same time. Maybe there's a treasure chest? Yeah, okay. So you have to try to kill these two guys at the same time. If you kill one of them, the other one will go berserk and do this crazy electrical attack. So you want to try to kill them close to each other.
An intruder? So you're the one who's been undoing our work. We will feed you to the Master's mace.
Berserk. goes all
You
her
feel that? The others are returning!
shards reuniting.
I don't know where you found your new friends, Alanway, but they don't seem to fear death. It's admirable.
They can speak to that better than I, but they've bested my husband's minions. We owe them everything.
Indeed. By the Empyrean light! I didn't know Narayaneth had tortured so many of us. That whoreson dog.
Easy, Fëanor. He'll pay when the time comes. But we don't want you rushing off to die.
Our
again.
friends killed his daedric pets. He may come looking for us, and we need to be ready.
Alright, here's Fëanor.
Narayaneth's spire wasn't so bad after a time. My anger burned brighter.
Rulanier.
I should have seen him coming. Narayaneth, I mean. I don't care what spells the daedric gave him. A blade between his eyes. I should have stopped him when I could. But I'm glad you did, for all our sakes.
And Kanath?
Narayaneth will hear from me before I leave this plane, and he won't like what I have to say. I have an incendiary vernacular.
Alright. And then we'll talk to Alanway.
You've done the impossible. I've seen those daedric fiends flay the souls of my friends with but a word. Your power must be immense, dwarfed only by your generosity. The shards have merged and my soul is whole once more.
What will you do now?
Give you my gratitude. The Daedra drove Narayaneth to do this. I know it. I would leave this plane, but I cannot, knowing Narayaneth is still out there. He may return, and on that day, I will do everything I can to free him from Daedric influence.
Alright, we got Heartbreaker's Eben Greaves, 466 gold, and a skill point.
Freed not only my soul, but the souls of all the students caught in my husband's attack. Your actions right a wrong that was long overdue.
What spurred you to found this school?
My husband and I met as adventurers. We founded this school to teach practical sorcery and use of arms as survival skills. The world can be a dangerous place, and we wanted to give our students the means to tame it, like we did. Had I known.
Go on.
Had I known what my husband would ultimately become, and what he would do to this school and his students, I would never have built it. In a way, I gave the Daedra all those lives. Years of torment out of something that should have been wonderful.
How many souls from the school did your husband torment?
There were a great many. But they've all been freed now.
Good.
The ones you saw, Fëanor, Rulanier, Ankanath, myself, we were the ones he most despised. The others were trapped within the walls to bear witness.
Alright. That's always a good story to play through. Oh, I got a daily reward. Some potions, exactly what I needed. Alright, now let me see what to spend the skill point on. We just leveled to level 27. Okay, which treasure map do I want? I want... Let's do Glenumbra. It doesn't really matter. And here's some advised abilities. I don't really want any of these. Of course, I guess it would be good to level them. I could, see, these aren't leveled yet. This one is Veiled Strike. What else? Not Impale. Yeah, it looks like Veiled Strike is the only one that's completely leveled. So I could replace that with, the thing is, it's a spammable. I don't want to replace it with a dot. place wall of fire. Or I could morph wall of elements. That's an even better idea. So let's see what morph I want here. This makes the wall explode when it expires, dealing additional damage. This increases the size and duration of the wall. I think I'm going to take this one. Alright, so that's one skill point. And now... oh, Veiled Strike can be morphed as well. I'll morph it. I don't want to convert it to a stamina ability. Okay, so Concealed Weapon 1. That seems good. Alright, great. So that's a pretty good use of skill points. Now, let me go back in here. It started us back at the beginning of the delve, but that's alright. Alright, that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we'll go back into the Midnight Barrow to help this girl find the remains of her ancestor, and we'll also test out the elixir like we planned to see if it really does protect people against Harrowstorms. Thanks for watching. See you next time.